Afternoon and welcome to a special edition of News 20 at 5. I'm Giovanni Hampton.
And I'm Jacoria Burns. The Leon County Sheriff's Office has identified the person in a fatal crash that took place early this morning. LCSO says that 61-year-old Eddie Dean Harrell lost control on a turn and struck several trees near the intersection of Oak Road and D.L. Crosby Lane. Harrell was found dead at the scene of the crash. The Florida House approved an $80 billion budget for the state Thursday afternoon. The House voted 85 to 29 in favor of the spending bill that includes money for schools, health care, and environmental programs. Republicans, who have the majority control of the House, have about a month to negotiate a final budget. The budget will cover spending from July 2016 to June 2017.
Local leaders engaged with community members during the 2016 Speed Your Local Leaders event. Leaders went from table to table for 10-minute intervals before it was time to rotate. Topics included supporting small businesses, schools, and even project development. A suspect accused of sexual assault at the Tallahassee Community College campus has been arrested. 28-year-old Abram Petros was arrested Thursday by the U.S. Marshals Task Force. The alleged assault took place Wednesday morning, according to the Tallahassee Police Department. The surveillance footage taken of the vehicle appeared to be matched to Petros' vehicle. Petros is being held at Leon County Jail on a $10,000 bond.
The American Association of Retired Persons, also known as AARP, returns to Leon County this year, offering their tax aid services. Volunteers professionally trained by the IRS, provided tax counseling and electronic filing of federal income and tax returns. Their services are open to community and open to everyone in the community.
The Cascades Bridge completion is expected to be delayed past its original date. The pedestrian bridge that crosses South Monroe Street is supposed to be completed by April of this year. Now, project managers are estimating the bridge to be completed by the end of May. The construction was extended after the pier poles had to be redone. The contract was signed for 9 months, and the estimated cost of completion is $5.3 million. Coming up on News 20 at 5, Florida is pushing to adapt new wording on modern birth certificates. Plus, lawmakers are concerned about a budget that provides health care to inmates. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5. Florida pushes to adapt new wording on birth certificates to reflect modern families. A legislation to update the wording on Florida birth certificates was approved by a House committee. The Florida law only allowed a mother and father to be listed on birth certificates. Now, same-sex couples may be listed as parent. The change in wording came after the legalization of same-sex marriages.
If you're looking to vote in the 2016 presidential preference primary election, February 16th is the last day to register to vote. Leon County Supervisor of Elections reminds voters that Tuesday is the final day to register or change your party affiliation before the March 15th election. Florida law mandates that the registration period closes 29 days before an election. You can check your voter registration status online at myflorida.com.
Welcome back. I'm Ashley Jackson with your sports. Florida A&M Athletic Director Milton Overton Jr. could see a slight increase in his budget in the coming months. FAMU Board of Trustees members will hold a full meeting in March to discuss the possibility of an increase for Overton Jr. Overton Jr. has a long list of things he wants to fix at FAMU, including upgrading Bragg Stadium to 35,000 seats. And the Florida A&M University men's and women's basketball teams will continue their season on the road this weekend versus the North Carolina A&T Aggies. Both teams are coming off big wins this week after defeating Delaware State on Monday. The Lady Rattlers are currently the number 5 team in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference basketball standings. And Saturday's matchup is a doubleheader with the women starting at 2 p.m. The Florida State University men's and women's basketball teams were tested last night in key Atlantic Coast Conference matchups on the hardwood. The Seminoles men's team fell 85-72 at the hands of the Syracuse Orange. The loss snapped the team's 4-game winning streak, and the Noles women's team notched their school record 10th straight conference win by defeating the Duke Blue Devils 69-53. And that's all for your sports. Back to you all at the desk.
That's going to do it for us tonight. For Ashley, Shakoria, and Danielle, I'm Giovanni. Have a great night.